Okay, third case, what we will do? We will again bring the object near to the mirror, isn't it? So what will happen? Here, if we keep it again near to the mirror, what will happen? This is focus, this is center of curvature. It should be equal. You take a scale and measure. Do the correct measurements and mark the focus and the center of curvature, and then only you start drawing the image formation ray diagrams. Okay. So now, before it was near to C, now what I will do is I will keep it at C. Again I am bringing it closer to the mirror. So I will keep it at C. I will keep the object at C. Okay. Here also all the rays can come, but what we will do? We will only take any two rays. You can decide whichever ray you want. It's not needed that you have to take always a parallel ray and a ray passing through the focus. No, you can take whatever ray it is. Okay. So the ray is coming parallel to the principal axis. One ray which I am taking is the ray coming parallel to the principal axis. So what it will happen? It will pass through the focus. We have discussed it. The second ray, what I can do for the time being, I will take the ray passing through the pole. Okay, let it be the ray passing through the pole. How it will move? It will move in such a way that, so the ray should be okay. If you take it using a scale, if you draw the image using a scale, you will get perfect image formations. Okay. So the ray is, the second ray I have taken it passing through the pole. What it will happen? I am getting the image at C itself. Wherever I have kept the object, when I have to just adjust the screen in such, if I adjust the screen, I will get a clear image when the screen is reaching the position at which I have kept the object. Okay, so the image distance and the object distance both will be same over here, because both will be obtained at C itself, isn't it? And both will be equal to radius of curvature in this case. What is the third case? Third case, what is it? We will keep the object at center of curvature. Okay, and we will get the image also, image at center of curvature itself. We will get the image also at center of curvature, isn't it? Now listen, the important thing in this case is that it's also real. That's for sure, it's real image. Okay, it's real image, and it is inverted image. There is no doubt in that it is inverted image. And the important point to be noted down is the size of the image. The distance measured, the length of the object from the principal axis will be same as the length of the object from the length of the image from the principal axis. That means it will be same size image. It will be same size image. So very important point to be noted down. If the question comes, an image and a same size image is formed, or an object is kept in such a way that the image formed is having same size as that of the object, which is the mirror, and at what position is the object kept. So the mirror is concave mirror, and the position is that it is at center of curvature. So in mirrors, in concave and convex mirror, there is no other position where you will get same size image. Okay, so listen, whatever, if we are standing at this position, if we keep a screen, we will get the same size image of ourselves. Okay, that's what happening in plane mirrors, but it's not a real image. In plane mirrors, it's not real image. We are able to see ourselves on the screen, on the mirror itself. On the mirror itself, I have discussed it. Whenever we are able to see ourselves on the mirror, it is not real. It is not real. We are imagining that something is at some point behind the mirror, and we will imagine that we are able to see. We are imagining that we are somewhere here and we are able to see ourselves on the mirror. So those are virtual images. I'll explain it when we are discussing virtual image. Real images means they'll always meet together. We have to adjust a screen and we will get the real image. Okay, so here we are having same size image and only one position for both the mirrors. Whichever mirror we take, it will be only concave mirror which will give same size image, and that will be when the object kept at center of curvature. Important case. Third case is the important case. When we are keeping the object at C, we will get the image also at C, and it will be real, inverted and same size image. Okay, so that is the third case. The fourth case, again I am bringing it nearer. Again I am bringing it nearer. Okay, so now where I have to keep? This is the pole, focus, center of curvature. Before I have kept it at C, so now I will keep it between center of curvature and focus. Between center of curvature and focus. So what will happen? The image, one ray will be coming parallel and it will pass through the focus. The other ray I am taking it, coming through the focus, it will move parallel to the principal axis. And where the image is formed? The image is formed when I am keeping it between C and F. The image is formed beyond C. The image is formed beyond C. There is no doubt. The real image is formed. Inverted image is formed. And what is the size? Relationship between the size of the image and the object. The object is only this much. This is the length of the object. But what about the height of the object? Image, the height of the image. It is longer than the object. It is longer than the object. So the image will be enlarged. We will get an enlarged image with respect to the object. Okay. So I am saying from the beginning, from the first case onwards, I was saying there is a relationship between, we are studying the relationship between the size of the image and size of the object. So this relationship is termed as, we will call it by a name, and that name is called magnification. How much magnified is the image with respect to the object? It can be diminished, it can be enlarged, or it can be same size. Okay, so this is the term magnification. It's a value. We will understand it with the help of the value, magnification value, and we will call it a small m. And this m value will help us to find out whether an image is diminished, whether it is enlarged, or whether it is same size. Okay, so this we will discuss it after the image formation. So keep in mind the value magnification. So whenever I am saying the relationship between the object size and the image size, you have to get it into your mind that that is the magnification value, or that is called magnification. Okay, so here it is enlarged image, inverted image and real image. Okay, so that is the fourth case. Now the fifth case is, again I am bringing it nearer. Pole, focus, center of curvature. I am keeping it at focus. So one ray I am taking it parallel to the principal axis. It will move like this. The second ray I will take it parallel through the focus, through the pole, it will move with the same angle. So what you are seeing over here? We are getting a parallel ray. Two reflected rays are moving parallel to each other, isn't it? So what we can understand? Will the image be formed? A parallel ray is moving, so will the image form? So you may think that there won't be any image formed, but you understand the first case. The image is coming from infinity. So the object, the incident rays are coming from infinity. Which type of rays are coming? Only parallel rays will come from infinity. So when the incident ray is coming from infinity, the object was kept at infinity. and from the infinity, the object at infinity, parallel rays are coming, isn't it? So here the rays are going parallel. So just think the opposite case. If the rays are moving parallel with each other, the reflected rays are parallel with each other, where they will intersect? There is a possibility, we will imagine that there is a possibility to meet at infinity, isn't it? There is a possibility to meet at infinity. So the image will be formed here, the image will be formed here at infinity. The image will be formed here at infinity. The image will be formed here at infinity. Clear? Okay. So the image is formed at infinity and it will be inverted. It's again the distance will be measured from downwards from the principal axis. So it is inverted, and also they are originally, they will meet at somewhere at infinity. At a longer distance they will at least they will meet it. Really they will meet. So it's a real image, inverted image, and highly enlarged. I hope there is no doubt, because this was only this much, but the image will be, it's moving downwards. So somewhere beyond the distance from the principal axis, it will be a longer distance. So it will be huge distance. The image will be very enlarged image, highly enlarged. Highly enlarged image is formed. Okay. Okay. So this is the case at focus. So one more thing to be noted down. It's very easy to understand, study these in positions. It's very important to study this position, and it's very easy to study this position, because when the object was at infinity, the image is formed at focus. Now when the object is kept at focus, where is the image formed? The image is formed at infinity. So it is ulta. Okay, so when the object is at infinity, image is formed at focus. When the object is at focus, the image is formed at infinity. And the second case, the object was kept beyond C, the image formed was between C and F. And when the object is kept between C and F, the image is formed beyond C. So it's very easy for you to study. You just connect both, all the object distance and the position of the object and position of the image, and you study it. Draw a table and you study it. It will be very easy for you. Okay. So now the last case in concave mirrors. The last case in concave mirror. So in concave mirrors, we will be having, till now we were discussing all about real images. All the rays were meeting in really. Okay. But there is only one position where the image formed is not real. In concave mirrors. In concave mirrors, at only one position the image is formed, a virtual image is formed. Not an unreal image, or an image which is not real is formed in concave mirrors, and that position we are going to study. That is when the object is kept between focus and the pole. When the object is kept between focus and the pole, what will happen? What we can understand? The image formed is virtual. And now we are discussing how a virtual image is formed, and then it will be very clear to you how a virtual image is formed. What is the difference between formation of a real image and what is the difference between formation of a virtual image? So here also I am drawing a concave mirror, pole, focus, center of curvature. Okay. Now I am keeping the object here, keeping the object over here, whatever object it is. Let it be a candle, let it be a pencil, pen, etc., whatever. So one ray will be parallel to the principal axis, passing through the focus, passing through the focus. Okay. So since I am not using a scale, I am facing this problem. So that's why I am asking you to always use a scale. Okay. And imagine all the incident ray will start from the arrow mark. I was drawing it before. When I was drawing, all the incident ray will be starting from the arrow mark. Clear? Okay. So, and it should be, the line should be straight. Now you may not feel that line is straight. Okay. Incident ray, reflected ray. Arrow marks are important. I want to understand whether which is incident, which is reflected using, I will only understand it using what? The arrow marks. Okay, so we'll have to put a great note on this arrow marks. Now the second ray I am taking it passing through the pole, it will make equal angle with the center of curvature. Sorry, equal angle with the pole. So what you are seeing over here, the distance between two reflected rays are increasing. So they are not parallel. So anyhow they won't meet at infinity. So then what is the possibility where the incident rays can meet? The possibility is that we can imagine that the rays are meeting somewhere here. The rays are meeting somewhere here. And how we are able to get the image? We can't move the screen behind the mirror. If we keep any screen behind the mirror, we are not able to get the image on the screen. So what we will do, or how we are able to see the image in this position? The thing is that the image will be formed on the mirror. We will see the image of this one on the mirror itself. On the mirror itself we will see the image, but we will think that it will be coming from a point over here. Image is kept at this position behind the mirror, and that image is seen over here. So what we will think is that if we keep an image object like this, the image won't be the same size over here. If we keep an object like this, we will only see this much portion over here. Then we have to adjust the mirror in such a way that we have to see the top position of the mirror on the screen. Top position of the object on the screen, we have to adjust the mirror in such a way that the top position, if it is the candle, and if I keep a concave mirror over here between focus of the concave mirror and between the pole, if I keep the candle, I will only see the small portion of the image. That means the image has become huge, large image is formed. So if I want to get the whole image, I have to adjust it in such a way that at some point I will see the flame, at some point the image will be smaller, but if I want, I will only see the huge, this one will be only seen over here. So if I want to get the flame, I have to adjust it. That means that's why we have shown the distance from the principal axis to the means what, the size is larger than the object. So here now you may understand how virtual images form. They are not really meeting, but we are imagining that it is meeting somewhere behind the mirror, and we will see the image on the screen. So virtual images are images where the reflected rays are not really meeting, but we will imagine that it is meeting somewhere behind the screen, behind the mirror, and it is coming from that position. The image is kept at that position, and from there how we are able to see the image? We are able to see the image in such a way that the image is formed on the mirror itself. So virtual images, important point, virtual images are always formed on the mirror itself. So now you may understand how plane mirror, in the plane mirror, how we are able to see ourselves. In the plane mirror we are able to see ourselves. Same means if my face is, we will see the same sized face on the mirror.